Welcome, Loki Gamers. I'm excited today to bring to you guys some Flesh and Blood stuff. These just got here in the mail today. We got a booster box of Arcane Rising, and we got a booster box of Welcome to Wrath, and then we also got a playmat here for Flesh and Blood, which is pretty nice. What we're going to be doing here is we're just going to be opening up about half of each of these booster boxes while we talk about some stuff regarding Flesh and Blood and kind of what we're planning on doing in the future here. So let's start off by opening the Arcane Rising. There we go. Already these packs are looking pretty nice here. So let's just go ahead and we'll get half these packs out. And then we got our Welcome to Wrath. Let's get this opened up here. So in the future, guys, I am going to be doing some deck builds for Flesh and Blood for those of you who are interested. I know it's a newer game, and so there's not a whole lot of information out there, but we're going to do what we can to kind of go over it here. There we go. I'll pull out about half the cards here. We'll just alternate here. I do have off to the side a binder that I'll be putting in most of the rares and foils and stuff there. See what we get going here. I don't know much about these cards as far as their names and stuff, but we got our foil, first foil, Overpower, which is pretty cool. I know that with this here we'll be going over a bunch of the cards themselves and what they do later on as we get going here. It looks like we got our first hero, which is the Young Barbarian. It's also, we got the ninja weapon on the other side. It's pretty nice. The rarity here in this game is a little bit different as far as the location. It's on the bottom, and I'll do a more in-depth guide of that here for us. Down the road, we got a Ranger. Young Ranger is our token hero, and on the other side we got Dash here, which is a mechanologist. It looks like another young hero. So that's two heroes that we've gotten so far, which is nice. So we're gonna need all the heroes we can to make these decks here. Looking at this game here, when I was doing some research on it, we got Overloop for our foil. There was a lot of information that I was going over, and the game just seemed really fascinating to me to be able to get into and play, and just be based off of how the gameplay of what I saw was and the research I did there. It looks like a really fun game. It's a hero versus hero kind of a game. So you pick one of your heroes, young hero or not, and based off of that hero that you pick, you build your deck around it. You got cards like this that have generic attack or generic reactions, and you'll just go ahead and you'll play those as your combat. The Nature's Path, it looks like, is our foil on this one. And you have equipment that you can do. You got generic, you got things that are like specific for the particular classes. So there's a lot of cool stuff here. You got generic resources that you can use. So there's a lot of nice stuff there within the set, and a lot of complexities that you can get into with this. That looks like you get very deep games. There are two main game types that you can play. One is a Blitz game type, and one is I forget what it's called. I think it's Conquest is what it is. Very much Blitz is like a shortened version where you use the young heroes to do your battles with. Oh, we got another Overloop as the foil on this one. So that's 2 overloop foils we've gotten so far. But lots of nice cool cards here within these from what I've seen so far. Anyway, the complexities can go pretty deep as far as you can chain your turns, and there's a lot of different hero classes, so there's a lot of options for different builds that you can do. So I'm pretty excited for that, personally. It's one of the reasons I was interested in the game. I also play a lot of other TCGs, and so it just made sense. Here we got another hero. On the back side we got the Brute Club, Brute Weapon, pretty nice. And then you got equipment that comes out and play, like this generic equipment. Anyone could have it. Flock of the Feather Walkers. That's pretty nice. And like I said, we'll do more of an in-depth guide later down the road as I get decks built, and we'll talk more about the game as a whole and what different things you can do in the game are, and we'll get into it as I get more familiar with the game as well. We got a nice Ranger bow here, and it looks like on the other side we got Ramblade hero Young. Oh, sorry, Runeblade. Lots of heroes coming in. A lot of these foils and stuff are pretty cool looking. But as far as like the gameplay is concerned, you start off on the field with your equipment on the field. You start with your hero, any weapons, and you got your arsenal, which you can play cards into as the game progresses. That's our token that we got there. Got some nice equipment. So far it looks like Smash Instinct. So there's lots of nice cards to out here, guys. Hopefully we'll be able to pull some. They have 2 different foil types, which is the rainbow foil and the cold foil. The cold foil is more so for promotional stuff, as well as your equipment and your heroes, from what I've gathered and understand here. We got a wizard, which is a young wizard hero. Hamstring shot. Got a lot of Ranger stuff so far, it looks like, which is nice. Rangers are seen as some pretty decent Ranger decks out there. I'm excited to test playing with all of them. Hopefully we get some more of the older heroes so we can actually do some conquests rather than blitz. Looks like we got another ninja weapon with Bravo. He's a pretty strong hero for Guardian class. Yeah. Keep dropping some of these. Nature's Path again. As you guys can see, there are some different color bars on top. For those of you who aren't aware of the game as much, the color bars on top are quick indicators of the card's power level. So the red bars, they pitch for significantly, or the red bars pitch for usually about 2 resources, whereas the yellow ones are pitching for 3. There are some different ones that pitch for different resource costs throughout, so it's not always equal, but the big indicator is if it's red, it will cost you 1 resource to actually play the card, and if it's blue, it will cost you 3, and yellow is 2. And as you guys might see as we go through here, a Looks like we got another young hero for Dash. Getting some more equipment. Pour the mold. Is our foil there? To tell the rarity of your cards, as far as like if they're commons or uncommons, it's bottom middle of the pack where you'll see that information. And we'll, like I said, we'll get a more in-depth guide that kind of goes over all that in just generic gameplay here. But as you see here, right there is where you'll see it. You'll have a T for token, C for common, things of that nature. We got another hero there. Ravenous Ravel. This is the foil that we got on that one. We got a two-handed guardian weapon. That's a nice one. So these are our tokens that we have, which they're pretty decent. A lot of them will have like weapons on them and heroes, so things that you need lots of, which is good. Nimblish. That's the foil of that one. And if, like I said, if you guys have questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. More than happy to answer any questions that I can. And if I'm misguiding information, if you know what's done wrong, feel free to let me know. I'm more than happy to get that feedback where I'm just starting to get into the game myself. So I'm not 100% familiar with what's going on with it, but it's something I'm excited to explore and learn more about because this game just does seem pretty fun. Sikkim Shot. Ketsu. There are multiple versions of the same hero. But this one was, you got Ketsu and Ketsu, the young version, and the older version, so you'll see some differences there between the characters as far as like their power and what they can do. Ooh, Time Snap Potion, that's nice. And that's a rare one too, guys. If you see there, it's blue right there, it's a rare indicator on the bottom. So I think that's our first rare foil that we've gotten. That's pretty exciting. Runeblade Weapon. Another young hero. We got Plunder Run. Hey, that's another rare for the foil. That's nice. Looks like we're about halfway through these pack, guys. Hopefully we'll get some more of the older heroes. Got a young warrior. Razor Flag or Razor Reflex. Very nice. The new set is coming out soon, which I believe is Monarch, if I remember right. So if you guys are interested in that, keep an eye out for that set. We'll be getting some of it at some point, probably not on release by any means, but hopefully pretty quick thereafter we'll get a pack for Monarch. We can kind of go through those cards there too. There we go, another Brute for Young Hero. Emerge Power. That's her foil. I do gotta say, a lot of the artwork on these cards is pretty good. I'm a fan of it. I like the fantasy theme too of this. It's like kind of D&D-esque fantasy kind of style, which is pretty fun for those of you who are interested in that kind of fantasy stuff. We got a Runesblade Hero, another young one. Hopefully we get an adult of those, or a older version. Fervent Forerunner. Got another young wizard hero. Moonwish is our foil in this pack. Looks like we got 3 of each, or 2 of each left there. After this one, so we're just about there, guys. Like I said, I'll have a lot more in the future here. Looks like our hero is Ketsu again, so we got a few of them. Savage Swing. Another Runeblade hero. Push the Point will be the foil. Looks like we got a weapon for the warrior, two-handed saber. Spine Crush. Spinal Crushes are foil there, and it's a mythic rare, guys. It's pretty cool. Mythics you're supposed to use, should be able to pull about 1 mythic every 2 or 3 boxes, from my understanding, looking at the rare. So that's pretty cool. I got one there. I'm excited for that. Hopefully we'll be able to get more. We got another wizard for a token, and we got another wizard here. So we got the young Kano and the older Kano. It's pretty cool. Oh, looks like a secret rare. And then a Sikkim Shot for the foil. Last pack here, guys. We got Rhinar and Doretha. And looks like we got Overpower as our foil. Thank you guys for hanging in there while I went through this. Like I said, we'll have a lot more videos coming out here in the future. And always remember, guys, just keep on gaming.